Now, this video may be a bit more serious than what my other ones typically are. Usually we have a laugh, just have some FIFA retro kind of stuff, and sometimes I may put my thoughts about something that's happening in real life, such as the Benjamin Mendy situation. And this one's really weird because this is of a very well-known individual in the football YouTube scene, which I'm seeing no one really talk about, which I find really strange when this is very much public information and everyone's gone really, really quiet. And I find it really, really disturbing. So, the title of the video, I think, will be the DT AFTV situation, or something along those lines. And DT from AFTV, you may have realised, or not realised if you don't watch AFTV, but he's been missing, really, in the last couple of months, about half a year now, because he says, in his own words, I've been dealing with some personal issues in my life. I have decided to stop all filming until I'm in a better place. Thank you to everyone who has left a message of support. I will be back. Now, when this was done back in July 29th last year, most people were confused. Maybe it's something to do with his family, maybe it's something to do with health, you know, we don't really know what's going on. There was a lot of questions about what's going on, and he's been gone really for the last couple of months, you know, no videos. He's been tweeting and that kind of stuff, but, you know, about the actual information of what's happened, we have no idea. Until 4 days ago, we see a statement on a gov.uk website. And I say gov.uk website. This isn't just some random journalist. This isn't some random tweet. This is statement from the government. So here we go on a gov.uk website. Main header, main bold letters here. Violent stalker handed increased prison sentence. And below that saying Liam Goodenough, which we'll find out later is DT's real name, has had his sentence tripled following a referral to the Court of Appeal by the Solicitor General Alex Chalk QCMP. Published 13th of January 2022, which is 4 days ago, and you can read into this, and I'm just going to go into it. Basically, it says here, a man who stalked, assaulted, and kidnapped a woman has had his sentence tripled following a referral to the Court of Appeal. Liam Goodenough, 42, stalked his former partner as she went on a date, jealousy sending the victim's brother messages threatening suicide and demanding to know the location of the victim using a tracking feature on her phone. Goodenough drove to the hotel the victim was staying at and verbally abused her as well as assaulting her companion. He then proceeded to photograph her in a state of undress. Goodenough dragged the victim out of the hotel room to his car, suggesting he had a knife and that her son was in the vehicle. However, when she realized that her son was not in the car, she tried to escape. A bystander intervened and the victim was able to get out of the car while Goodenough escaped. Goodenough was convicted of stalking involving serious harm or distress and kidnapping on 5th of November at Aylesbury Crown Court. Goodenough was sentenced to 12 months imprisonment. He was also handed a 10-year restraining order. And then a bit of an update saying that on 13th of January, on the day of this was released, it says the Court of Appeal found his original sentence to be unduly lenient and increased it to 3 years imprisonment. Now let's get one thing straight here. The main thing is to say that is Liam Goodenough DT? Okay, because that's what really matters here. Is this actually DT? Because some people don't know his name. He hasn't said his name for good reason because he's got a very, very shit history. Let's just get done straight away. Is Liam Goodenough DT? Well, you tell me. If you go on the gov.uk website, you go on Companies House, which is a place that you must put down your information. You must legally to the government say that I own this business. Now DT has his football club, DT Football Club Limited. This is done so that he pays tax and so on and so forth, and he can do everything all legally and make money. That's how a company works. And even if you see it as a football club, it's still a company that he legally has a claim that he owns so that he can pay taxes on it. And if you scroll down, if you go to people of DT Football Club Limited, which is his company, it says Liam Mark Goodenough. And of course, before someone says, oh my god, you're leaking his address, this is public information. It's been available for years, okay? So before I get someone saying, oh my god, you're leaking it, it's not leaking it, this is public information. This is on gov.uk website. This is Companies House. If you are above the age of 18, I presume that you will hopefully know what Companies House is, and it's just where every single company, it legally has a state information of who owns it. I think a couple of years back, you remember the Syndicate and Team Morton scandal with CSGO Lotto that they got done over because on the Companies House on gov.uk it stated that they actually own the business. It's the same thing here. You legally have to say that you own the business, otherwise like you'll get done in by the government basically. And it says here on the company's house, Liam Mark Goodenough. Now I'm seeing people say that, oh wait, no, DT's name isn't that. His name is David Turner or Daniel Turner. They make up their own names. There's no element of Turner here or David or Daniel, nothing. There is, of course, by the way, this isn't leaking information. This is literally all public information you can find anywhere online. And Liam Mark Goodenough here, date of birth, January 1979. And as it says here in the statement here, it says Liam Goodenough, age 42. And if you want to go back to his actual date of birth, which is January 1979, you can do some quick maths here. And that means that what age would it be? It'd be 42. It'll be 42 years of age, legally, as it says here. So it's DT. If I see anyone say that it's not DT, you're a idiot. Now, of course, I'm not gonna act like I know exactly how the court works. People may say, yeah, but he's out of prison, so how is he in prison? But of course, he had an appeal, which is why on the 13th there was another court hearing that actually extended it from 12 months to 3 years imprisonment. And we're gonna see the links up next. We've got Lee Gunner, who's a very well-known figure in like the Arsenal YouTube like media world, and he put out a tweet about DT saying charity fraud, domestic abuse, speeding, bumming, I don't know what that means, failing to identify as a driver, failing to pay child support, kidnapping a child, you name it, Lima's done it. But of course, that's just his point of view, so I guess take that with a pinch of salt. Well, the timelines all seem to kind of add up here. Sadly, it doesn't say on here when this event took place. It only says on 5th of November. It just says on the 5th of November, that was the actual Crown Court hearing. But as far as I'm aware with court, you don't get to court instantly. It takes some time. It takes 2-3 months. And when he put out this tweet on July 29th, November, 4 months apart, it seems quite plausible to think that it took that long to get a actual court hearing, to get into court. And then actually before that, on July 23rd, he said, life is a bit like cricket. At some point, your innings will end. I can definitely say mine's been an eventful one. Everyone's saying we're here for you, we're here supporting you. However, it could very well be linked to what happened in a situation where she literally kidnapped a woman and threatened her with a knife. And I guess you could say a very big one is the fact that it says on July 13th, the Court of Appeal found his original sentence to be unduly and increased it to 3 years on January 13th. And then on January 13th, he tweets out saying, I get a lot of people asking why I am not doing my own videos yet. The simple answer is I am not ready. I still feel anxious and on edge a lot of the time. I'm just enjoying quality time with my family. And right now, that's all I want to do. Which, of course, it's you can't reply to it anymore, which I think people are now finding out from that statement from gov.uk of the reason why. It's kind of hinting at it, though, when he says that he wants to spend quality time with his family, when, of course, the entire reason of this is the fact that he's been given a restraining order from his family. And the worst part is, in court tweets, there's still people saying, take your time, G, we'll be here. Big up yourself, man. Respect for being transparent. And, of course, all fans that don't know what's going on, they're defending him. And I may still get some people having a go at me, because I'm just giving you guys the information that's out there. I'm not making things up. This is on gov.uk. That's his name. We know his age. What more do you need? He's got a history of crime. And the guy's got history, man. From back in 2016, 2017, 2018, Liam Mark Goodenough on the lawpages.com. He's going in for 7 different trials. So this is the information that's out there right now from gov.uk, from many things you can find online. Of course, DT in even just a YouTube scene hasn't really been a guy that's known for being a well-mannered, well-tempered guy. Like, I remember back in like the Joe Weller fight that he was trying to cause fights. I think him and Mark Goldbridge also tried to have a fight in the pitch. From everything that you've seen from him on AFTV, on all the platforms he's been on, when you hear this, are you really there thinking, nah, that can't be him? Come on, man. This is the information that's out there. Most people aren't talking about it. Why is AFTV not talking about this? Why is Robbie not talking? If he's known this for 6 months, potentially, okay, then there's no way Robbie and all these guys at AFTV, there's no way that they don't know that DT has got this fucking history with himself and his convictions, and now has kidnapped a woman, assaulted her boyfriend, insinuated having a knife, allegedly. Okay, I guess I've got to say allegedly, I guess legally, but it's on gov.uk. And the fact these guys have stayed quiet about it. And even after he's been given a 3-year imprisonment, he's still acting like, yes, it's fine. It's not like he's been completely kicked out of AFTV. 2 weeks ago for the Man City game, he was on the channel. This was the first time he came back since he completely left back in July, and he's still on the channel. You can't tell me that AFTV knows none of this. This stinks. This stinks. More a story. Don't make stupid people, or really most importantly, criminals, famous. Please don't look up to these people, man. The guy's been missing off AFTV coincidentally after this court date has been done, and if people don't think that he's been done for this and this isn't actually him, then I don't know what to say. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'm looking forward to seeing an AFTV statement on the fact that their main figurehead, Okay, with the main guy. I mean, AFTV's had a pretty dodgy history in the last 12 months. No one's in the right for that entire Claude situation. Claude said something that was really just unnecessary about Human Son. I remember that, and that he got outed and ostracized by AFTV and completely kicked off the platform for what he said. And then, of course, Claude, as we all know, later took his own life, and it's just and I don't want to use that against AFTV, but that is a situation that happened, so that's just facts. So you guys can make your own conclusions, but it's not been good for AFTV in the last 12 months, and the fact that they've been hiding this, I don't know, man. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time for another video, and yeah, stay safe.